Imagine waking up one day, checking your bank balance, and instead of seeing the usual amount of money that makes you question every life decision you've ever made, you see $1 trillion. At first I'd assumed there's been some kind of mistake. Maybe the bank messed up. Maybe someone hacked my account. Maybe my long lost billionaire uncle finally decided to stop ignoring my texts. So I refreshed the page a couple times, because obviously that's the professional way to handle becoming the richest person alive. But the number doesn't change. It's still there. $1 trillion. And that's when it hits me. I am now unbelievably, ridiculously, unnecessarily rich. Like rich to the point where money stops feeling real. $1 trillion is such an insane amount of money that you could give every person on earth $100 and still have around $170 billion left. So according to Google, it's basically impossible to spend $1 trillion in one day. Well Google, challenge accepted. Here's exactly how I would spend my money if I woke up as a trillionaire. First things first, I'd do the responsible stuff. I'd pay off my family debts, because becoming a trillionaire is cool, but the first thing I'd want to do is for the people I care about to never have to stress about money again. Then I'd buy my mum her dream house. Actually, scratch that. I'd buy her 3 dream houses. 1 normal house, 1 holiday house, and 1 completely unnecessary house that exists purely because I could. Because at this point, if someone asks why I own 3 houses, I don't even need a reason. The answer is just because I felt like it. Then I'd give her a ridiculous amount of spending money, like $50 million, not because she needs it, but because maybe with $50 million, my mum will finally stop nagging me about showering twice a day because the water bill's too high. Then I'd do the same for my sister, give her enough money so she never has to work another day in her life, unless she wants to. I'd then gift all my friends new matching Ferraris. Actually, you know what? Let me just buy the entire company instead. In short, I'd make sure everyone I care about never has to stress about money again. You know, the wholesome billionaire stuff. The stuff that makes you look like a good person. Then 30 minutes later, I'd turn into an egotistical dirtbag and buy a 50-foot statue of myself doing a thumbs up. And I'd coat it in pure gold just because I'm rich and I can. I mean, let's be honest. If you give a normal person that much money, eventually their brain just stops working. $1 trillion is such an insane amount of money that you could spend $1 million every single day and not run out of money for 2,740 years. Which means after buying a house, a car, and basically everything you'd ever need, you'd still have enough money left to make incredibly stupid decisions. And I would absolutely make those decisions. First things first, I'm buying a ridiculous house. Not a mansion. Mansions are boring. Every billionaire has a mansion. I want a house that looks like a 10-year-old designed it. One of those 52-story tree houses from those books with all those hidden rooms. I'd also buy every subscription for the rest of my life. Spotify, Netflix, Adobe, YouTube, everything. I never want to see another "your free trial is ending soon" email again. After that, I'll probably buy a private island because apparently that's what rich people do. I don't even know what I'll do with an island. Like, what am I supposed to do? Walk around and think, wow, I own all this sand. But I'd still get one, just so I can say I have a private island. Matter of fact, I'm rich. Let me get 5 of those, please. 1 for each member of my family. Then I'm gonna go ahead and buy every team in the NBA. I'd also buy every team in the Premier League. And then I'd sell every good player from United to make sure they get relegated next season. Nothing personal, but Manchester is blue. Okay, we're making some real progress now. I would also solve tiny problems that annoy me, like waiting in line. I hate waiting in lines, so I just pay people to stand in lines for me. Not because I can't wait, but because I shouldn't have to. If I have $1 trillion, I should never have to stand behind someone buying 43 lottery tickets at the supermarket. That's not my life anymore. I would also buy the world's biggest collection of things nobody needs, because every billionaire has some weird hobby. Some people buy cars, some people buy art. I would buy every traffic cone on earth. Why? No reason. I just think it would be funny. Imagine waking up and every traffic cone is gone. The roads are chaos, the government is panicking, and I'm just sitting in my mansion surrounded by orange cones. Oh, but Klaksy, the government wouldn't let you do that. I don't care. I am the government. Eventually though, I'd probably try to do something useful. I'd donate a huge amount to charities, help fund the cancer research, help people who actually need it. Because even if you're being stupid with money, $1 trillion is so much that you could completely change people's lives and still have enough left to buy a 1,000-foot yacht. Speaking of yachts, I would probably buy 6. Not because I want a yacht, but because I want to understand why they cost so much. Like, what's inside? Does it have a gold toilet? Because if I'm paying that much, my cheeks better feel like royalty. I'd also hire people to do completely unnecessary jobs. Like someone whose only job is to tell me if my outfit looks good. Someone whose job is to find the best pizza on earth. Someone whose job is to remind me where I put my phone. Because somehow, no matter how much money you have, you can still lose your phone. But obviously, $1 trillion means I can't just buy normal rich people stuff. Because once you reach a certain amount of money, normal purchases start making sense. Like buying a nice car, cool. A Lamborghini, amazing. But if I have $1 trillion, I don't want a Lamborghini. I want the Lamborghini factory. I want to walk into the dealership and say, actually, I'll take them all. So that's not really how it works. And then I put $1 trillion on the table and suddenly every worker is asking me what color I want. I would own so many cars that I wouldn't even remember what I have. I'd walk into a garage and be like, oh wow, I forgot I owned a helicopter. And then I'd remember, wait, why do I have 3 helicopters? And then I realized one of them is just for taking me from one side of my house to the other. Because obviously walking is now illegal. If I'm a trillionaire, I'm not taking 500 steps to get a snack. That's peasant behavior. I'd also buy every Mini Cooper on the planet. Not because they're rare, not because they're fast, I just think they're adorable. They're like the golden retriever of cars. They're just happy to be there. So I'd buy every single one. If you own a Mini Cooper, sorry, it's mine now. And finally, I'm buying the entire Harry Potter franchise. The books, the movies, the studios, the theme parks, the props, the rides, the actors. Okay, maybe not the actors, but I'm paying them enough that they can't say no. Because I'm making spin-off movies whether they like it or not. So after doing practically everything I want in the world, I still only managed to spend $592,781,100,000, which is insane. At the end of the day, having $1 trillion would probably be amazing. But I think after a while, you'd realize the best things in life are still the simple stuff. Hanging out with friends, eating good food, doing things you enjoy. Except now you can do all that stuff while sitting inside a mansion, on your private island, eating snacks from your vending machine wall. So basically, money can't buy happiness, but apparently it can buy a pretty good lifestyle. So Elon Musk, if you're watching this right now and you're willing to lend me your entire net worth to test this theory, I'm willing to sacrifice my time. You know, for science purposes.